Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going over an unexpected occurrence. And it has to do with the newly added burst fire attachment that you can equip on many weapons such as SMGs and pretty much most things with an ergonomic slot. My initial thoughts surrounding this attachment was basically just like, okay, why would I put this on any weapon? It's not like it's going to turn it into an AN94 or anything like that. But what if I told you this burst fire attachment turned a previously thought to be worthless weapon that is really just overlooked and ignored into a weapon that is actually fun, extremely unique, and viable now? All because you turned it from full auto to burst fire. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how the SL9 of all weapons is actually an SMG that is really fun to use now. I'm going to give you guys multiple different builds for different playstyles. So without further ado, if you enjoy the channel, be sure to hit the sub button, hit the like button, and let's get into these builds. So first, taking a look at the SL9 without the burst fire attachment, you can see it's really mediocre when it comes to statistics and time to kill. 25 damage, 675 RPM, and, you know, the magazine attachment costs 55 points. Who the hell cares about that? The only thing it really has going for it is the fact that it has basically no recoil, but everything changes when you equip the burst fire attachment. You can see that the rate of fire is now 771, which happens to be the same as the MP5, but with less recoil and way better hip fire, as well as better velocity. The SL9 with burst fire mode is actually not to be slept on, especially considering it has synthetic tip and some of the highest SMG velocity in the game. So this is the first build, and I'll just burst fire it for you guys. So this is the recoil pattern. I mean, it's absolutely nothing to worry about, okay? That is a straight line, and this guy's 70 meters away, and I'm full strafing. And you can see the strafe speed is really good, because this build has a lot of mobility. And, I mean, it's an SMG, so obviously all of these builds are going to have great mobility. But just going over the damage model for the SL9 first a little bit. So it's a 5 bullets a kill up to 10 meters, and at 20 meters, it's still a 5 bullets a kill. Drops to a 6 bullets a kill, then a 7 bullets a kill. I believe that's, what is that, 40 meters or 45 meters, and then that's 50, maybe 60 meters. Then it holds its 7 bullets a kill up to about 70 meters, and then at about 75, it finally drops to about an 8 bullet kill, unfortunately. But within the 20-meter distance, this thing is really good. And I would even argue out to about that, 50, 60-meter distance. If you can just learn the burst fire timing, which is the same click timing as the Battlefield 1 auto-loading extended, interestingly enough, you can really do some great work with this weapon. It's not going to be the absolute best SMG in the game, but it does benefit from synthetic tip for those more consistent headshot bullets to kill. And you can see the hip fire is really good. That's about 20 meters, and with the mobility, you can really make people miss, so you have more opportunities to get shots in. I just think it's a really fun weapon. In terms of time to kill, it's going to contest things like the MP5. You can see same damage, same RPM. So if you like the MP5, you're going to love the SL9. But honestly, the SL9 might be better. So this is the first build. This is the most versatile build, in my opinion. Blue laser for the crazy hip fire and the moving accuracy. Heavy extended for the velocity, and you're just more accurate. Long suppressor, because honestly, it couldn't really fit anything else in the build. It doesn't have any flashlights or anything like that, and you definitely do not need a grip. This gun does not have any recoil. Synthetic tip for more consistent headshots, and of course, the cornerstone of the entire build, the burst fire mode. Now, if you thought the first build's hip fire was insane, equip this gun on Engineer, which has the signature weapon proficiency of improving hipfire accuracy when using SMGs. And with this build, I use a CQB suppressor to actually remove the hipfire penalty for using a suppressor. I slap on the 30-point blue laser, heavy extended, burst fire, and this is the result. You can actually kill people or at least brutally maim them or do damage to them out to an alarming distance without aiming. I mean, that guy's what, like 70 meters away? And I mean, I have him half HP. And I'm literally full strafing while I'm doing this as well and spamming it. If this weapon had a flashlight attachment, it would just make it that much better. But I think this is one of the most fun builds in the game, at least so far. You don't really get builds like this in Battlefield 6. So this kind of harkens back to MP40 or like Sten hipfire builds in Battlefield 5, where you could accurately hit targets out to crazy distances. And I just want to mention the reason why I'm using heavy extended on a hipfire build. Even though it's a hipfire build, if you do want to hit a target a little bit farther away with hipfire, the extra velocity is going to make sure that bullet has a higher chance of hitting the target just because it gets there quicker. And then the final build for you big magazine enjoyers. Unfortunately, this is going to be the least complicated build because you can't really fit anything. The 60-round magazine attachment is 55 points, which is just brutal. So for this build, just flash hider, heavy extended, 60-round magazine, burst fire mode. And you just, yeah, hey, I shot, 60% of the magazine right there. I can see this being viable if you just really don't give a shit and you just need a lot of ammo and an SMG that has decent time to kill and no recoil. That is absolutely hilarious. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The SL9 goes from 0 to potentially hero. I always like it when DICE adds interesting attachments like the burst fire mode. I am looking for other weapons that this improves, but honestly, I haven't found one yet that burst fire improves other than the SL9. So, if you found this video informative, if I just gave you your next favorite weapon, be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.